Okay, it feels like every single day, right? Maybe even every hour, there's a new AI model dropping. A new name, a new string of numbers, a totally new company. It is a complete explosion of information. And honestly, trying to keep up with it all, it feels, well, pretty much impossible.
So if you're feeling totally lost in this sea of model names, trust me, you are not alone. Not even close. But here's the good news. There is a way to make sense of it all. Think of it like a mental map for this wild new world. And that's exactly what we're going to build together right now. But first, let's just embrace the chaos for a second so you can see what I mean. I mean, you've got models like QDwin 325B, A2B.
Then there's Llama 4 Scout and Gemini 2.0 Flash Thinking Experimental. Don't even get me started on DeepSeek R1 Distill Llama 70B. And of course, Mixtral 8x22B Instruct. See, it's a lot. It's totally overwhelming. But it really doesn't have to be. Okay, so how do we possibly bring some order to all that noise? Simple. We're going to start with the biggest names in the game. Let's just call them the Titans. Seriously, once you understand their main players, the entire landscape starts to feel a whole lot less chaotic. First up, you've got OpenAI. I mean, they're the ones who arguably kicked off this whole frenzy we're in now. Their models are pretty easy to understand. They're like a family. You've got the super popular Do Everything GPT-4o, you have the reliable workhorse, GPT 3.5 Turbo, and we're even seeing little hints of the next generation, GPT-5, popping up in data logs. The key thing to notice here? They're all proprietary. This is OpenAI's secret sauce, their special recipe. Next up, our second titan, Google. And right away, you can see they're playing a slightly different game. Yeah, they've got their heavy-hitting proprietary models like the super powerful Gemini 2.5 Pro, but look at that bottom row. See that? Google is also a massive player in the open source world with their Gemma models. So they're kind of playing both sides of the field here, which is really interesting. And that brings us to our third titan, Anthropic. These guys have made some serious waves with their Claude family of models. You've got the brand new Claude 3.5 Sonnet, which is getting all the headlines right now, right next to the powerhouse Claude 3 Opus. What's Anthropic's whole deal? Well, they're laser focused on creating AI that's not just capable, but also safe. And their models are famous for one thing in particular, huge context windows. And don't worry, we're going to circle back to exactly what that means in just a minute. All right. So we've met the Titans. We've seen their powerful, often very secret models. But that is only half the story. Not even. There is a whole parallel revolution going on, and it's built on a completely different philosophy. And honestly, the best way to get your head around this is with a simple analogy. Think of those proprietary models, like GPT-4 or Claude 3. They're like a company's secret recipe, like the formula for Coke. Only the company that made it knows exactly what goes in. But open source models, they're the total opposite. They're like a community cookbook. The recipe is out there for everyone to see, to use, and even to add their own twist to. And make no mistake, this isn't some small niche thing on the side. We're talking about some of the biggest names in tech throwing their weight behind this. You've got Meta with their massively influential Llama family of models. You've got the French powerhouse Mistral AI, who've released this really interesting mix of both open and closed models. And then you have giants like Databricks and Snowflake, both contributing their own powerful open models to this whole ecosystem. It's a huge deal. And this right here, this philosophy of openness, this is what's fueling the entire revolution. What it really means is that any developer, anywhere in the world, can grab one of these amazing models, tweak it, adapt it, and build something new on top of it. They don't have to start from scratch. It's just a fundamentally different way of thinking about how we build the future of AI. Okay, so we've covered the who, the big players and their philosophies. Now let's get into the how. How do we actually compare these things? I know there's a ton of technical jargon out there, but if there is one term you need to understand to really get it, it is, without a doubt, context window. So what on earth is a context window? It's actually super simple when you break it down. Just think of it as the AI's short-term memory. It's the total amount of info, and that includes your prompt, plus all the recent back and forth, that the AI can hold in its mind at any given moment. So a bigger context window, that just means it can remember more of your conversation, and you can feed it way, way bigger documents to work with. Let me walk you through it. So you start a chat with an AI, right? You give it a prompt. Now, the AI doesn't just look at that one prompt in isolation. It looks at your prompt and the conversation history that came before it. The context window, that's the hard limit. It's how far back the AI can see. If your chat gets too long and goes past that limit, poof, the AI starts to forget the very beginning of your conversation. And this chart, wow, this really shows you the insane difference between models. Take an older model like GPT 3.5 Turbo. It's got a 4,000 token context window. That's enough for, what, a few pages? Then you jump to GPT 4o, which has 128,000. Now we're talking. You could feed it a whole lengthy report. But then you look at something like Google's Gemini 1.5 Pro with a truly mind-boggling 2 million tokens. You could literally drop the entire novel Moby Dick into the prompt and just start asking questions about it. That's not just an improvement, that is a complete game changer. So there you have it. You have the map. And now, the next time you see a headline fly by about some brand new AI model, you're not going to feel lost in the noise. So let's recap your new framework. It's simple. First, you anchor yourself with the titans: OpenAI, Google, Anthropic. Got it. Second, you understand the two big philosophies at play: the secret recipe of proprietary models versus the community cookbook of open source. And third, you always ask that one crucial question: what's its context window? Just knowing that one thing tells you so much about what a model can actually do. This is your toolkit. This is how you navigate this insane, fast-moving world. So, we figured out the who and the how. We know who's building these things, and we have a much better idea of how they work. But as this absolute explosion of models, both the secret recipes and the open cookbooks, continues to reshape everything around us, it leaves us with the biggest question of all: who's ultimately responsible for the world that they're creating?